Patrick Christie's here with Westmonster. I'm joined today by Andrew Rosindell. Thank you very much for joining me today. We're going to start by talking about Catalonia. So obviously there was a lot of action there yesterday. You've got some remarks to make on that, I believe. What's your take on what's going on there?
Well, it's outrageous. The people of Catalonia are entitled to make democratic decision, and that's what they've done. Now, you know, there may be some constitutional issues that need to be resolved, but Madrid cannot simply bully the people of Catalonia and ignore their own democratic referendum. So there does need to be discussions between Madrid and Barcelona to find a way forward. But, you know, we're in 2017 these days, you know, we're not 300 years ago, and therefore people have the right of self-determination and democracy must prevail. What we're seeing in Spain at the moment is the Guardia Civil, which is effectively a political police force being used to bully the people of Catalonia. Spain is used to doing this. They do it with Gibraltar all the time.
Yeah.
So it really is a shameful day in Spanish history. And I believe that the people of Catalonia are coming out much stronger as a result. And I think that they will eventually win the day, and we need to stand with them.
Would you like to see the EU maybe step in and do something about this? Because, I mean, really, the way that the Guardia Civil behaved yesterday and under the orders of Madrid was pretty shameful and a bit like a dictatorship, wasn't it? Really, a violent dictatorship. I mean,
well, look, waiting for the EU to step in and do anything, I'm afraid you're going to wait a very long time for that. The EU will do nothing that undermines the EU project. So, of course, they're going to stay silent when Spain behaves in this way, but they won't stay silent when the EU thinks is going to be in their interests. In other situations, they'd be speaking up loudly.
Absolutely.
So I think it is very hypocritical of the EU. It shames the EU and it shames Madrid.
Now, talking about the EU, obviously specifically now with our relationship to the EU and with Brexit, what's your take on exactly how the Brexit negotiations are going, or the Brexit process is going? Obviously we had Theresa May's speech not so long ago. What's your take on what we're up to with Brexit?
Well, we are leaving the European Union and nothing's going to change that. We've made that decision and we are getting out in March 2019. It's a question of whether the EU actually wants to have any form of sensible relationship with the United Kingdom, which is going to be Europe's biggest customer. I think that Theresa has handed an olive branch to the EU. If they refuse to accept that olive branch, then I don't really think we can offer anything further. We simply have to do what's in Britain's interests and make our way in the world as we've done for hundreds and hundreds of years. So I'm not concerned about it. I think the EU are behaving very badly. I think that they are ignoring the wishes of the British people. Instead of working to build a friendly relationship with us, they are trying to take as much money from us as possible, and we simply have to say no.
And so basically for you, no deal is kind of fast becoming an option then, as far as you're concerned?
No deal has to be an option, and you know, it may turn out to be the best option actually. That I'm not concerned about no deal. I think that the quicker we get on with it, the quicker we actually get back to doing our own thing and making our own decisions in Britain's interests and shedding ourselves of control from the European Union, the better it will be for our country.
And just lastly, what do you make of Boris's kind of relentless interjections with this? He's obviously been causing a bit of trouble. It depends which way you look at it. We had Rees-Mogg here earlier today saying he was in favour of it. What's your opinion on this?
I agree with everything Boris is saying, but I don't think it's inconsistent with the government's position. I think Boris is just taking a very clear and principled line, consistent with everything he's argued. I don't think it should be seen as being undermining the Prime Minister or the government. I think the government and Boris should be on the same page broadly on this. But I do think we have to be clear that we've gone so far to meet some of the requests of the European Union. We've been very reasonable. As I say, Theresa has held out the olive branch. No more. We've done everything we can. If they don't want to have a sensible bilateral trading arrangement with their biggest customer, then I think that it's going to be bad for all of us. But I think we'll get over it. I think Britain is resilient and Britain will be strong and stand tall in the world, and that's what we must do.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Andrew.
My pleasure. Thank you.